Welcome to my channel to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. In this video we are going to talk about Render, TAO, Kaspa and ONDO. So things remain exciting even though we have those kind of pushes to the downside. So if you like, watch until the end. It's going to be informative. In the end of the day, for Render, the whole setup was perfect. This was our dream scenario. 4 touch points on the upper part of the bull flag, and yes, I also count this one here as a touch point too, even though it's not touching perfectly. And at least we always want to see at least 2 touch points on the downside. So 2 touch points to the upside, 2 touch points on the 2 touch points on the downside, 2 touch points on the upside. That's the minimum requirement in my opinion for a bull flag. If we get more touch points, better. I missed this year because there was a long entry possible, at least with this setup. We have our bull flag, we have said we want to get more into the fair value gap, which we did. So here was a fair value gap and we closed it. We touched the bull flag on the down part again, so 2 touch points on the down part, and we have had support at $3.70, which broke short term to the downside to fish the fair value gap, and afterwards we broke it to the upside, retest. Perfect setup. Instead, what did we do? We got this impulsive price movement to the upside, but also this price movement to the downside. So in my opinion, this scenario got invalidated because for every other coin it got invalidated. So I can just take it from the chart. We can still hope for that this here was our low, like we have drew before, and we are going to push more, but that means that every single other coin also have to push. So the question which we have to ask ourselves is Render knowing something, how the market is going to develop? Because the chart structure here is telling me we want higher prices. Or is it just a fake move and the other coins, so the whole market is telling me we are going to get lower prices? I don't know. I also want to get surprised. In the end of the day, if we drop again lower than $3.70, the next support is waiting for us, $3.58, and the fair value gap reaches prices down to $3.50. So what about TAO? TAO didn't look that good to me. I couldn't find anything where I can say, oh, it might be 2 touch points to the upper part, 2 touch points on the lower part. Even this is not working, so basically I didn't even touch it. Instead, we closed a bit of the fair value gap with the chance that we are going to fish more of it. Also here, the next support is waiting for us. Right here at 342 US dollar. Yes, we have to see. Maybe this was our consolidation and we are already looking for higher prices. If this is the case, then we have our target, but for that I have to adjust the target a little bit. So target now is the $400 for TAO, as long as we hold this low right here. So if we drop lower than that, then I think this scenario got even invalidated and we can look for the 342 US dollar, and then we have to look for new chart patterns. So what about Kaspa? For Kaspa, we have also said, hey, maybe we are going to get some bullish price movement since we don't see any kind of bull flag or that in that direction. Maybe a falling wedge can be created. And Kaspa even sold off most of the fair value gap. So we still have a little bit left. And this little bit is the price mark of 8.66 cents. let's make it even better, 8.68. Next support, 8.5 cents. Very interesting if we get there again. So basically I can also delete this. For Kaspa is the target still ongoing, and the current target is still the 9.68 cents. We didn't invalidate it just because we got this kind of price movement. Well, we also got this kind of price movement to the upside. So basically we can even get lower. And yes, we can also see the 8.5 cents again without invalidating this target. So I would be still a bit careful. I don't want to be too long for Kaspa. Just because 9.6 cents is the target doesn't mean that we can't sell off, which is another, let's do it in percentages. So we can still sell off 6.5% without being bearish at all. It would be still bullish. So I would be a bit more careful if I'm trying to hunt the target 9.6 cents. And if I haven't taken the long trade down here at the retest point or down here at the first retest. So we got here the first breakout with the retest, and here the second retest of that falling wedge, which we have on our chart. So basically, if I haven't taken the trades right there, then I wouldn't actually take one for Kaspa. That's why I wanted to wait for a falling wedge, so we can increase position size or get into a new position for Kaspa. ONDO also, here it was a bit more tricky because somehow it looked kind of good to me. Because if we look into like that, and here's the thing, we have the touch points, but it was a bit too sharp for me, this bull flag. And anyway, since all the other coins didn't actually develop this bull flag, couldn't do anything with it. So with that said, what can I tell you? We have support at the price mark between 94 cents to 95.5 cents. I will draw you that right here. So this is a very interesting area where we get a huge support, 9.35 cents to 9.56 cents. If we lose it, then I think fair value gaps reaches down to 91.3 cents, but 90 cents is going to get interesting if we lose that purple box, in my opinion. So for now, I can take this perfect bull flag out of the chart, and we have to wait a bit longer to get new bullish chart patterns. I would even say that for some coins, and I'm not talking about the futures area, I'm talking about the spot area. For the coins, it looks actually good if we get lower prices again into the fair value gap, because when the coins made this kind of movement, who of you ask yourself in that market stage, why didn't I buy cryptos down here or here or maybe here? Why didn't I buy them there? Why did I miss this push? And maybe why did I buy up here? Maybe one of you even bought some coins after they made massive gains. And this is, in my opinion, always the worst we can do, to buy a coin which already pumped up like by 10%, 15%. I'm not going to touch it, because if we look into Bitcoin, you can see that here was the extreme price movement where everyone was so bullish and everyone said, oh, we can go up more and more. I was saying, hey, 117,000. One daily close over it and we are bullish. Otherwise, we are going to sell off. What did happen? 112,680 US dollar. This was the fair value gap, which we have developed since the massive push. Whoever thought here, just a quick question, why didn't I buy down below here? And why don't I have Bitcoin right now? When they were here, you were like, maybe I bought down below here. Why didn't I sell up here? Right? Now we are down below here, or now here. But when we were down here, you were thinking, oh, it's going to crash. We are not going to buy it. Why? Because it can drop more. So in the end of the day, it is all speculation. But if we get into the fair value gaps, I mean, we have the bullish chart patterns. For ONDO, it is still the $1.07. This is the overall target from the falling wedge in orange. So if we now get a dip into that purple box, and if I really love ONDO and I want to hold it in my HODL portfolio for the next decades, maybe there is a good entry. And if not, if I love ONDO and I want to HODL it, I'm not HODLing altcoins because they are moving far too fast, and I just get tax advantage if I hold a coin longer than 1 year. If I don't hold it 1 year, then I can even pay taxes up to 45%. That's why it's not useful for me. Altcoins are far too fast in my opinion. I can't hold them 1 year because who knows if we are in a bull market in 1 year. Who can tell me that? Nobody. So basically I'm just trading futures. So I always pay my 25% taxes. But if you have different law or if you have a different investment strategy, 95.5 cents to 93.5 cents. If I have $100 which I can put into ONDO, why not? If ONDO drops to 90 cents, why shouldn't I buy there for another $100, for example? If it drops more, 85 cents to 84 cents, there I can buy for 300, 400, 500 maybe. If I have it in my pocket, why not? Like, scaling up a little bit, this would be my strategy if I want to HODL portfolio, if I want to put coins into my HODL portfolio, trying to get the best entries, but the entries should be on support. I don't want to get my entries up here just because we are going to get a price movement like this. I'm hodling, I'm not selling. And this happens. And then I don't have money to buy the dip. So maybe this time, this is the dip which I actually want to buy because we broke to the upside. We got our first sign of bullishness with this price movement of Friday. So basically, the market looks good to me, even though we are selling off a lot. Yes, we have to wait a bit longer. Those are the long positions from Friday, which where people put in like 100x leverage, 50x leverage trades. They just got liquidated. It's a liquidation sweep, like always, after pumps like this. So basically, with that said, we see each other tomorrow. And I actually doubt that we are going to see some chart patterns which we can trade afterwards.